So I'm reading this really good book right now, pretty much about business and building a better, efficient business, which is called The Pumpkin Plan by Mike Michalowicz. And in this book, I believe it's chapter 4 or 5, he asks a very simple question. Do your customers know what you know? And I felt like that statement played extremely well when it comes to the marketing and the content marketing that you're putting out. Do your customers actually know what you know? And then if you want to add a little bit more of a context behind that, the question could be, do your customers know what you know about your services, product, and your industry? So for instance, if you have a donut shop, hey, would it hurt if your customers knew what you sold? Absolutely not, because if you're selling apple fritters or original glazed donuts, maybe a good idea to put content out is how you make those donuts. Because if they know how you make them, they'll be able to come in and say, oh man, those looked good on that video, the way you were making them, so I'm gonna buy more of those, right? So understanding that your customers still need to know what you know about your product and service, this should be a very extremely important element that the marketing that you put out. And this is why I always say the purest definition about content marketing is answering the questions that your target demographic has about your product, services, or your industry. And so the same concept applies here. Does your customer know not just like the front end, like what results they're gonna get, but do they also know behind the curtain what they're looking at? One of the things that I just did before shooting this video was I recorded about 5 videos literally for my clients that are gonna already be working with us. They've already said, hey, I'm gonna work with you. And I've recorded a module of 5 videos that are explaining the process of working with us. What to expect, what are we going to be studying, what is content marketing, process of the content that we're gonna be producing for you. I literally showed them behind the curtain of all the inner workings of what's going on. You might look at that and say, hey, they could probably take that and do that on their own then. My answer would be, yeah, they probably could, but that they're definitely not going to. They don't have the systems, they don't have the processes, they don't have the team. They're not gonna go through all that headache just to replicate what I do. It's kind of the same concept if you've ever watched The Founder. It's the story about McDonald's and how Ray Kroc was the founder of McDonald's. Well, he went to the actual restaurant, visited it, saw all the inner workings of the Speedy system and how they were able to get a burger and fries and a soft drink up to the counter within 30 seconds, and that just blew his mind. Well, then he took that and obviously contextualized it. But the reason why he was able to take it from that one restaurant to hundreds of franchises across the country is because he knew the inner workings on the behind the scenes and he was able to replicate it on the back end. But he knew what the McDonald's brothers knew. He knew what they knew and applied it and then showed the rest of the world, hey, here's the Speedy system. Let's get you some food in under 30 seconds, right? So he showed them what they needed to know. And that's essentially what happened in order to get them to the level that they were at. But how can you apply that in your business? How can you take that and say, hey, I've got something that my customers and clients need, but maybe they don't know about it? Well, use content marketing, videos, podcasts, whatever it is, written articles, and show them, tell them what they need to know about that product or service. How did you get to that point in creating that product or service? How is it gonna help them in their journey to get out of their pain point or whatever it is? So, simple question, when you're creating the marketing or the content marketing for yourself, for your business, for the product, the service that you have, do your customers know what you know about those things? And leverage that statement in order to build the credibility and the authority you need with them and answer the questions that they have. Another quote to go on top of that is from Donald Miller from StoryBrand, and it says, people don't buy the best products and services, they buy the products and services that they understand the fastest. So if your customers know what you know fast, they're gonna convert quicker than your competitors. Keep that in mind. Do your customers know what you know?